Okay guys, I don't even know where to start with this video, but I'm gonna try my best. I honestly didn't even know what I was gonna title this because this is like my first experience ever in my life that was it racism? I don't know. Judgment, I don't know. Okay, so I sit next to this this white guy, and when I say that, I don't mean to, you know, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but you know, it's this white guy, light skin, light brown hair, blonde tips through it, baby blue eyes, you know, just like this white guy. And I don't even really know how this conversation got started, to be honest. Like, I don't know him, but we've spoken a couple times, like, because he sits next to me. So, like, I say, hi, how are you? You know, because I get there before him. And I go, hey, how are you? You know, how was your weekend? It's just, like, small conversation like that. But, so, we're sitting there, and I have my headphones in, okay? Shh. I have my headphones in, and then, like, him and, like, people around me, they're talking. And they're talking about what area they live in, or like they're talking about apartments. Oh, okay. So this guy used to live in the same building as my sister, but he had to move out because it's expensive. And yeah, so he had to move out because over there it's really expensive, you guys. Like the like rent over there is very expensive. So he had to move out, and then I don't know, like he like tapped me or something. I don't remember how I got part of the conversation, but he asked me, oh, like, where do you live? And that's okay. That's like, I didn't think that was a weird question to ask. And I was just like, oh, I live in this area. And he goes, where's that? I was like, oh, it's down from this, and I like told him the shopping center that's close to my house. And he goes, oh, I live close to over there too. You know, and he's just opposite direction or something. And then he goes,
this is what my apartment complex is called. What's yours called?
And like, I don't care. Like, I'm not talking down on apartments or anything. I'm just like, just for him to assume automatically that I live in an apartment is kind of annoying. So I was just like, oh, well, I don't live in an apartment. And he goes,
oh, you have a house?
And like his face was just like, oh. And I was like, yeah. He goes,
do you rent it or do you own it?
You know, kind of like, I was like this. Do I rent or do I own? And then I was like, me and my husband bought it like almost like 2 years ago now, almost 2 years. And he goes,
oh, well, how much is your mortgage payment?
I don't even know this guy. And first of all, like, who asks somebody that? Like, he goes,
well, how much do you pay a month?
Oh, you guys, so fucking annoying, because he's like telling my sister, because they were talking about like their building, and he, you know, he was saying why he moved out and how expensive it was, and just, you know, so he was trying to ask my sister,
well, how much do you pay? You probably pay this much, huh? Because I used to live there, so I know.
And my sister's like, yeah, somewhere around there. But why does that make him think he can ask me? And like, why would you don't talk to people about specifics like that, you know, especially when you don't really know them. And then he goes,
well, I pay $1,200 a month for my apartment, and it's 700 square feet, and I got a big gym, and we have a nice swimming pool.
And I was just like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then, you know, I kind of was like putting my headphone back in on the side that he was sitting next to me, because he sits on this side, so I was like putting my headphone back in. And then he's like,
so,
and like reaches over to talk to me, and I was like, yeah. And then he goes,
yeah, me and my wife pay like $2,000 in bills a month.
Oh my god, you guys, in my head I was like, I wish I paid $2,000 in bills a month. Like, what is this? This guy, he was like trying to like flaunt to me like, oh yeah, we got this, we pay this, we have money, you know. But I feel like if you got it, you don't need to talk about it. Are you trying to convince me like you're a baller? I don't understand, okay? And I was like, oh. And like, that's literally what I said, oh. He goes,
yeah. Do you have a car payment? Well, me and my wife, we have car payments, and we're gonna pay off our cars within 5 years.
It's like, okay, dude, like, you're trying to brag to me, but you're also telling me that you owe 5 years on your car. Like, okay, rich guy, you know, like if you're trying to show off, you'd be like, oh, we don't have car payments and we bought brand new cars. And then he goes,
and they're brand new.
And they're brand new.
Like, he says it with that attitude, they're brand new. And I was like, oh, like, you guys, literally, I did not even ask him what car did you guys get. That's how much I was trying to like let him know I don't care, you know. So if you tell someone, oh yeah, me and my wife, we just got brand new cars, and they don't even ask, oh, what'd you get? They don't give a. And then he's like, I forgot, somebody sitting in front of me asked me something about Emily, and he goes,
You have a daughter?
the like, you sit next to me for like a month now, and you like, we've talked about my daughter, but whatever. And I was like, yeah, I have a 2-year-old. I thought you knew that. He goes,
well, how old are you anyways?
Excuse me? What the f does that have to do with anything? You know, he's like, well, how old are you anyways? I was like, I'll be 24 at the end of this year. Like, really? He goes,
so you had a kid when you were 21 years old?
and he like looks at me like that, and I was like, yeah, I did.
He goes, when I was 21, I was traveling. I lived in Japan. I've lived in 4 different countries. I speak 4 languages.
4 languages?
He's like, I speak 4 languages.
I was traveling. I even lived in Las Vegas, and I met a girl, and she was a showgirl. So I let loose.
And me. You're so funny. But in my head, I was like, man, if this guy knew that I was pregnant right now, like, what else would he be throwing at me? And you guys, you don't understand, okay? So my last name at work, you know, it says Sanchez. So I haven't really talked to this guy. So he looks over at my screen and he sees Sanchez. So what I'm getting is, because there's a lot, like I said, there's like, where I live, it's very colorful, you know. There's like a lot of brown people, and growing up like in junior high and high school, there was a lot of girls getting pregnant, okay? Like, not a lot as in hey, not like a lot, like 3 out of 5. Just like, you can't say that since 8th grade to graduation you didn't know at least 1 pregnant girl in your class. But yeah, so in my mind, this is what I'm thinking, like, this guy just thinks that I'm this, you know, like, oh, that's just because he looks like he grew up in like a white area, okay? And like I said, I'm not trying to be racist, okay? So don't take anything I say and say Nicole's fucking racist, because I'm not. I'm just painting a picture, okay? So he just looks like he grew up in like a rich white area, and he's looking down on me like, Emmy, stop. He's looking down on me like, oh, look, that Mexican girl got pregnant at 16 and now she's stuck with her baby daddy. You guys, that's literally, like, I don't know, I can't even say if that's what he meant, but that's what it felt like he meant, okay? So never have I felt racism. Never have I, like, I know what racism is, but I've never in my life actually experienced it on my own, okay? So there was that. So yeah, he was like, oh, you have a 2-year-old? You know, like, fuck, dude, like, What does that have to do with anything? I thought we ended the conversation there. Like, I was done, had my headphones in. This guy like walked away for some reason, and then he came back and sat down. I put in both headphones, you guys, okay? And you know, when someone puts in their headphones, that means like, leave me alone, don't talk to me, right? And then he taps me again, and he goes,
"Do you want to see a picture of my wife?"
And I didn't even have time to respond. I was like, right? Like, I didn't even say anything yet. And he whips out his cell phone and he like shoves it like in my face and he goes,
"Yeah, I know she's hot."
Really? Really, dude? And then he like, you know, puts his phone away and he just stares at me. And I think he's thinking like, okay, you know, show me your husband now. Show me your husband. And I was just, and then I was in my head, I was like, I gotta get away from this guy. Like, I'm doing my work and I was like, I gotta get away from this guy. So I get up before he can bother me again and I just go to the restroom or something. I was like, oh my God. And then I, you know, went back to work. Like, we didn't talk for the rest of the night and everything. And then I got in the car, like when I got off work, I got in the car and I was driving. And I don't know why, like I started thinking about the conversation and I was just like, this mother, sorry Emmy, this mother effer was legit judging me. Like, at the time I didn't put it together like that this guy was like being a dick. So I was like, this mother heifer was judging me. Like, I was like, oh my, like, what the hell happened? But yeah, you guys, so that was my story on my first time ever feeling like I was being judged. Oh my God. So you guys, that was the story on my first ever experience with being judged, okay? And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And also leave comments below on anything you'd like to see. And also, like, let me know if you've ever experienced this and like what you thought about this, and just like, I don't know, like, comment below. And yeah, I hope you come back and watch another video, and I will see you next time.